I did a thing. Again. Hello everyone, my name is Jordan and welcome back to Jordy is Reading. Today is the day we open our second mystery box. I'm excited. So this mystery box is actually from Breakneck Books. They're a small company. I guess they get like pallets of books in, huge boxes of books in, and they'll do mystery boxes like that. I actually found them on Instagram, kind of like the other one. I've been seeing their ads everywhere, so I was like, why not? I've already done one. I've already spent $90 on one. Let's buy this one too. Might as well. So with this one, I got 2 separate bundles. These are actually by weight instead of per book. So the first mystery box was per book, but this one is per weight. This one was also cheaper. I did not spend $90 on books this time. I only spent $50. So, you know, I knocked off 40 bucks. It's fine. So at the end, I will kind of do some quick math and see what this box is per book, how much it costs per book. 24 for 2 10 pounds. So the first one I got was a young adult mystery 10 pounds, and then the second one I got was a mystery thriller suspense that was 10 pounds as well. And these range from, you can get 5, which I believe was the smallest. You get 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and then I believe 20, or it might have just jumped to 25. I can't remember. But I just got the 10 pound because that kind of seemed safe. 10 pounds is a lot. That's a lot of books. But yeah, let's get started. I've opened the top of this box. These are not separated like the other ones were. These are just all thrown in there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to start pulling stuff out and kind of go from there. I might try to stack them in separate stacks and go from there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay? Okay, so I've taken everything out of the box. And I've kind of tried to separate them into young adult and the mystery. So let's start with the mystery. There's actually 13 mystery books that we got. So let's just start with the top one. The top one is Innocent as Sin by Elizabeth Lowell, and it's an old library book. You can actually see the library card in there. That's kind of cool. So I just read a little bit of the inside flap here, and it surrounds a girl named Kayla who escapes a kidnapping, but she can't go to the police for some reason. I don't know. This one seems okay. I might read this one. This one's cool. The next one we have is Barefoot by Ellen Hildebrand. I really like Ellen Hildebrand. I've read several of her books. I've checked out several of her books from the library. I have not read Barefoot. Or maybe I did. Oh my gosh, did I read Barefoot? Okay, no. I just read the back. I have not read Barefoot. This follows 3 women with small children. They go to Nantucket for like a calming kind of girls getaway. They just found out that one of their husbands is having an affair. So classic, right? And they all kind of tie their lives together and try to have a perfect summer. So this one I will definitely read. I'll probably read it more towards summer since it's kind of summery, but I will definitely read this one. The next one we have is The Kill Box by Chris Stuart. This one is very missily. Probably won't read this one. This one looks like it kind of focuses on a Air Force guy who goes on a suicide mission. Probably won't read this. It's just not really my cup of tea. Not really mysterious enough for me. So, nah. Next one we have is Doing Hard Time by Stuart Woods. Okay, so this one looks like there are a bunch of books that follow a man named Stone Barrington. It doesn't really tell me a whole lot about this book on the page here, but maybe it's good. I might read it. It looks really easy to read. Really big letters. This one doesn't look bad. It looks like maybe it's based in like Hollywood or something. Some kind of studio there. So we'll see. This one might be read. Okay, we have The Last Patriot by Brad Thor. Okay, so this one actually looks kind of good, or sounds kind of good. So it's talking about the Prophet Muhammad shares a final and startling revelation. Within days, he is assassinated. September 1789, Thomas Jefferson uncovers a conspiracy that could change the face of Islam. Present day, men still kill to keep the secret hidden. So this follows a counterterrorism op named Scott Harbath, who is kind of thrust back into that life that he doesn't want to be in anymore. And he's trying to uncover this ancient secret power to help stop military Islam. It sounds okay. I might read it. Conspiracy theories, right? I might read that one. So the next one I know I'll probably read is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I've actually never read this one. I have never seen the movie either. So this one will definitely be read. I don't know anything about it. So yeah, the girl disappears 40 years ago. There's corruption. I'll read this one. This one is definite read. The next one I have is The Chancellor Manuscript by Robert Ludlum. Okay, the first line I read was, did J. Edgar Hoover die a natural death, or was he murdered? We don't know. Conspiracies. Okay, so this one follows a thriller writer, Peter Chancellor, who finds some information that makes all of his thriller books look like candy, pretty much. So they're pretty much going down this like spiraling collision course of information that could blow the world's mind, pretty much. This one looks okay. I might read this one. This one looks okay. So the next book I have, I've actually already read, and I actually have a copy of this book, but it's a paperback. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I believe I talked about this book a little bit in my last video. I'll link it up here or over here, wherever. One of the books I read in, I believe, January gave me some Agatha Christie vibes. But if you have never read And Then There Were None, I believe it was first named 10 Little Indians, and then it was switched to And Then There Were None. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So 10 strangers are invited to this isolated mansion on this island. And by like the first 30 minutes, that's an exaggeration, but by the first 30 minutes, one of them is dead. And then they got to figure out who done it. But I like this one. And if you have seen the movie Mystery on the Orient Express, I believe, Agatha Christie actually wrote that book as well. I haven't read that one. That one actually is a collection of books that follows a detective. I haven't read those yet, but I mean, I might give them a try. But this one I have already read. It's amazing if you like mystery whodunit books. Agatha Christie is a mystery herself. Like, just Google Agatha Christie. She's amazing. And she's crazy. Like, yeah, do it. But And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. The next book I have is The Final Judgment by Richard North Patterson. Okay, so this book is a mystery whodunit book. It follows Brat Allen and her aunt Caroline Masters. Caroline is actually Brat's defense attorney because the police find Brat's boyfriend murdered, and they arrest Brat because they believe she did it. So this is just kind of following them and the mystery. Caroline apparently hasn't seen Brat in a very long time. She's been kind of distant with all of her family, but she comes back to be her defense attorney, and everything spirals. This one seems very like I would like it. This one seems very good. I am definitely going to read this one to see, because did Brat kill her boyfriend? What happened? We don't know. We're gonna find out because I'm gonna read it. The next book I have is Pastor Paul and the Not So Sweet Revenge Mystery by Curtis P. Carter. So this follows, apparently, did I even show you the cover? I'm sorry. This is the cover of the book. Okay, so this follows a pastor named Paul McGill and his family. They live in rural New York. They settled down there to raise their daughter, live their best life. But by the end of the summer, all of the neighbors are like angsty and upset and vengeful. So, maybe. I'm not intrigued by the back of it, by the little information thing, but, I mean, meh. It's written by a pastor as well, so is there going to be, like, influences in this book, if you understand what I mean? I'm okay with it. I don't care, but I know other people probably wouldn't be okay with that. I might read it just to see what it's about. The next book I have is Baba Black Sheep by Gregory Boyington. This one is apparently based on a true story of the bad boy hero of the Pacific Theater and his famous Black Sheep Squadron. I won't read this. I might give this one to my husband. It might be something he would like. I probably won't read it. Once again, it's war stuff. Not really my style. So, The next one I have is The Second Life of Nick Mason by Steve Hamilton. Yeah, Steve Hamilton. This is the cover. Okay, so this actually follows an inmate in a maximum security prison named Nick Mason. He gets offered a deal that will cut his sentence down and he can actually get released. However, this deal consists of whatever happens, whoever calls him, he has to do what they want. Pretty much, basically. And so he's forced to commit all these crimes for these people. And he's trying to rebuild his life with his daughter and his ex-wife. And he's just committing crimes every day. Because all these people are calling him and being like, you're my bee now. Like, you do what I say. Because I got you out. This one actually seems pretty interesting. I might read it. I'm not mad at it. I might read it. This one seems pretty cool. Okay, so the last book we have in the mystery thriller suspense bundle is Syndrome E by Frank Thiliez. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. But this apparently follows a single mom, Lucy, who is a detective, and she has two daughters. One's apparently in the hospital. One's at summer camp. I don't know why that's important, but she's at summer camp. And it follows her trying to crack this case. Her friend has apparently watched a movie from the 1950s, and it gave her hysterical blindness. That's literally what it says. A case of hysterical blindness. I don't know what that is. But that's cool. That's creepy. Why would a movie give you blindness? This one, I will most definitely read. This seems cool. Syndrome E. Okay, that is all for our mystery thriller suspense 10-pound bundle. Like I said, there are 13 books in there. So let's move on to our YA mystery bundle. There are 11 books in this bundle. So 2 less than the other, but some of these are really chunky. So that's probably why. Okay, so the first book we have is Silver is for Secrets by Laurie Faria Stollars. And this actually looks like it's the first in a trilogy. So it follows a young girl who starts having these nightmares of another girl dying. And I guess she has to kind of solve why she's gonna die. or stop her from dying. It looks okay. It's very, very thin. I could probably read this really quickly. And it does, I believe it's the first in a trilogy. It looks like it's the first, hopefully. So maybe I read this one. This one's not, I mean, I'm not grasped, you know what I mean? But maybe. We'll see. The next one I have is Deadly Devotion by Sandra Orchard. Okay, so this one looks like it follows a research scientist, Kate and Daisy, two research scientists, and they're on the breakthrough of treating depression when one of them is found dead and the other has to find out what happened and why she is found dead. Like I said, I'm not grasped by it, but this also looks like it's the first book in a series or a collection of books. The Port Astor Secrets. I might read this one. This one, I'm not like super thrilled by it, but I might read it. Alright, moving on. The next book we have is Brat Fest at Tiffany's by Lizzie Harrison. Okay, so this one follows a bunch of different girls and something called a boy fast where they're not gonna date or whatever, but they're on a committee called New Pretty Committee, and they're all kind of fighting for spots on the NPC. This one seems like it's gonna read very, very young adults, like 13-year-old kind of young adult. It's super short. I might read it just to give it a try and let you guys know, but it doesn't seem like my cup of tea. The next book we have is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I'm pretty sure I've read this one before. This one's older. This one I believe was published in 1999. 2000? Maybe? Hold on. Yeah, this one was originally published in the late 90s, early 2000s. So this follows Melinda, and she's an outcast now. And there's some sort of mystery surrounding her and Rachel, her best friend. So yeah, I might read Speak. Speak is very short as well. And this is apparently the Platinum edition, but I will read it. I've never read Speak, so why not give it a try? The next book I have is one that I've read before. It's called That Summer by Sarah Dessen. It's kind of lovey-dovey. I don't remember much of it. Maybe it is mysterious. I don't remember. Maybe I have to read it again. I'm not upset about it. Sarah Dessen she's great. I'll read this one again just to jog my memory, but it follows a 15-year-old Haven who goes to her father's wedding, and she meets a guy, obviously, and thinks he's going to change her life, but maybe he doesn't. I don't remember. We're going to read this one again to find out. The next book I have is The Pretty Little Liars. It's actually volumes 1 and 2. Never read Pretty Little Liars. I've never watched Pretty Little Liars. Did I watch the first episode and think I didn't like it? I don't remember. I believe I did. And I think I hated it. I've never read the books though. So, I mean, we all know, like, they gotta figure out who A is, right? So, I might read this one. I might. The next book I have is one I've read before. It's actually another Sarah Dessen book called The Lullaby. I've read this one. It follows a girl named Remy and her mom who's been through like 18 husbands or whatever. And Remy is trying to break up with her boyfriend because I believe she believes she's destined to because her mom is. And then her dad, who she's never met, randomly walks back into her life. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I might read this one again just as a refresher. I might have an entire month of Sarah Dessen. Who knows? But I might read this one again as a refresher to see. The next book we own, we love. It's Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. There's nothing for me to say about this book. I won't keep it. I already have 2 up there, and one of them is a hardback. So I probably won't keep this one. But this one is Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. The next book I have is The Fire, The Witch and the Wizard series. This actually isn't book 1. This is book 3. I have already read this one. This was by James Patterson. And the first 2 are James Patterson co-written with somebody else. And the second one is James Patterson co-written by another person. This one is James Patterson and Jill Dembowski. These follow a young witch and her brother. It was a really long time ago when I read these. Mysteries happen. They've got to solve stuff. That's all I got. But this is book 3. I don't own book 1 or 2. I actually read these. I actually checked them out from the library, I believe. And I didn't read them. I listened to the audiobook. So I might not keep this one. I might reread and see if I need to add them to my bookshelf, but probably not. Okay, the next one I own and I've read multiple times. It's New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. This isn't the first book, obviously. This is book 2, I'm pretty sure. I won't keep this one. Everybody's read Twilight. Totally not Team Edward because Edward is creepy. I'm just saying. The next book I have is Crank by Ellen Hopkins. I've actually never read these books. There's Cranked, Burn, Impulse, and Glass. It's a whole series. But it follows a girl, Christina, who is the perfect daughter everyone wants. She's gifted, she's great, whatever. But then she meets a monster, Crank. The monster is what it said. The monster, Crank. And it begins this wild sort of struggle for her mind, her soul, and her life, is what it says. I will definitely read this one. This one's been on my TBR for a while. I will probably go ahead and just buy the entire series and read them all. That is it. That is all of my books. I'm going to do a little quick math and see how much they were per book. There were 13 in the mystery, thriller, suspense, and then there were 11 in the young adult mystery box. And I paid $24 for each £10. Okay, so in the young adult mystery, they were about $2.18 per book. In the mystery, thriller, suspense, they were about $1.85 per book. That's an okay price. No big deal. Like I said, these vary in weight. You can get 5, 10, 15, and I believe it was 20. It might have jumped all the way to 25. I got a lot of books that I have already read. I've got some books that I already own. I have some books that I will not be reading. I will be gifting to my husband, or I will be donating. But I think I found several in here that seem okay. Some I've never heard of before. Some I have. And like I said, this was from Breakneck Books, and I found them on Instagram at Breakneck Books. Speaking of Instagram, did you know I have an Instagram? I will link it down below. Go give it a follow. If you haven't seen my first mystery book unboxing, it is very long. I am very sorry, but I will link it somewhere up here or down in the description below. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. And I will see you guys in the next video.